So, um, I did record like a video, put up a stream, but I think I was having some audio issues. So I'll be sending this one out. Basically, I just wanted to speak on the matter of, the whole Me Too stuff going on with Arcadum. For those that don't know, he's been accused by multiple women, multiple people from his community, his connections, of basically harassment, misconduct. Um, Essentially, the gist of what I'm getting is that he is sharing some personal information with people, women, um, that would elicit a pity response, and then trying to use that response to um, garner sexual favors. Uh, like the whole thing, like, oh, I'm so pathetic. I'm this or that. And then when the person responds, oh no, it's okay, no, you're good. And then, oh well, we're friends, right? Um, and then, oh, I'll never see a woman naked again. And then, kind of guilt tripping the other person into wanting to do something for you to make you feel better. Basic manipulation. I don't want to speak on that because I don't know. I've read some of the Twitters. I've seen some of the other coverage of it. But I don't want to speak on it. I don't think it's within my scope. Not what I'm here to do. Not here to talk about that. What I want to talk about is basically my own community, and also Arcadum's community. Not Arcadum, but his community and all the people within that. I want to start off by saying, like, I have my own community where, I'm at the head, but I'm accountable. And I don't have a problem with that. I actually believe in transparency because I don't want to put a veil before anybody and manipulate. Like, I want the people to want to be here, um, because they enjoy it, because they find value in it, they get something out of it. I want to create good experiences. I want to give positive experiences. Um, that's the basics of what I want to provide. I don't want people to be uncomfortable. I don't want people to feel like they don't have a voice. I don't want people to feel like um they have to do what I say, or they have to, please me. That's not what this community is here for. It's not for my ego. It's not to please me. It's not to give me something. Would I like to benefit from it? Absolutely. If I could do something like this full time, running D&D encounters, running an encounter in a community like that full time, that would be amazing. I mean, that would be a pretty sweet life. But um, you have to provide something of value in order to get that, and that's what I want to do. That's my focus. um so I wanted to say I'm accountable just like everybody else. There's accountability for actions. There is accountability and consequences for behavior. And I'm not immune to that in my own community just because I'm at the head of it. Actually, more so because I'm at the head, I am more accountable because everything I do and say, I understand trickles down and affects everything. Um, I try to hold myself as professional as possible, just because that's what I want. 'Cause I appreciate that, so I want to give that off. Um, so basically, I just want to say to anyone that was once in my server, anyone that is in my server, in my community, anyone that might be in the future, I'm accountable. If there is anything I do or say, any type of behavior, and anyone else within the community, for that matter, if I do anything, I'm accountable to that. And please do speak up. I would I'm the type of person where I prefer, that face-to-face interaction. I would prefer for you to say something in the moment and we can tackle it, and I hope to respond appropriately, um, with consideration for, yourself and others. Um, but you don't have to do it alone either. There should be other people in the server. And that's one thing that I've tried getting on right away is just, leaving proper channels to handle such conversations and such things. So even if perhaps you don't want to speak up to me directly, get a hold of somebody else, maybe a moderator, another community member, and just ask for some help, and then we can talk it out. And I will certainly help facilitate those types of conversations for others. I don't want anyone to come in with the intention of having some fun, letting loose, and then having to deal with an uncomfortable situation that could be avoided, especially of a larger degree, like sexual misconduct, harassment, stuff like that. It doesn't have any place in my world. I hope to never cross that. I hope to not have anybody else that crosses that, but stuff does happen. It's a shame that such a prominent figure, especially like in the D&D sphere, you know, he's done a lot. Say what you will about the guy right now, knowing what you believe you know, but he's done a lot. That's a big community, and there's a lot of people involved and connected with that. It really is shameful. So yeah, the first part, just wanted to say, I'm accountable. Speak up if you're not comfortable speaking up on your own. There are other channels. I have one moderator in my community, but there are people that are responsible and that I trust to hold me accountable, same as everybody else, and I don't have a problem with that. And plus, speaking up earlier helps me correct the behavior if there is one. I mean, I don't believe I do anything wrong, but I don't know if I'm not told. So I would appreciate, being told. And that brings me to the second part, which is, it's not just Arcadum that's going to have a downfall from this, unfortunately, because he is at the top of his community, and because his community is so vast and expansive, there's a lot of other people that will go down as collateral damage, and that is a huge shame. What I mean by that is he's made connections, and he's made working relationships and partnerships with a lot of people that have grown in their own right, through him, his community. Like Kelly Siren making a whole, basically a whole department within his business, his corporation, because that's kind of like what his server is. And she just got booted like that. And, she built her own team and everything. And I don't know how closely tied into his community all of her stuff was, but there's a lot of people that are going to be in that situation where if they did not diversify and do their own private stuff, that they're going to take a huge hit, because Arcadum and his community, there's going to be a lot of people leaving. There's going to be like an exodus, which is understandable. That's the consequences of your actions, especially as a leader. They're going to be leaving. So all that reach and all of that exposure, the marketing that these people that have been tied with Arcadum, that they're going to be taking a huge hit from. It sucks. So I just say, do what you can to reach out, and support those people. Find the people that deserve the respect and the support that deserve it still, because they do, that are going to have a huge fall from this and try to remain connected. Um, you know, if you're leaving the server, I understand that, and I'm not going to say anything about that. I think it's a wise decision. But like Kelly Siren and a lot of those other people don't deserve to lose their own communities and their own platforms because of this. And unfortunately, that's how these things likely happen. It's not just Arcadum that's going to experience the consequences. It's everybody that was a part of his whole thing, and that sucks. Help each other out. D&D is a wonderful thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a really cool escape. It's a really cool puzzle in your mind. A lot of people like it, and like I said, say what you want about the guy, but Arcadum created something beautiful. It wasn't just playing D&D games. There was music, there was art, community art, and all that stuff. And all those people that were a part of that don't deserve to deal with the fallout. And what you can do is, follow them on Twitter. Find other Discord communities. I don't know if any of them have their own, but do a little bit of digging. Just remain connected, because it's going to suck. I'm actually in Barham's community as well, and as of right now, I don't know. See? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many people were in his community, but I think last time I saw it was like 30,000. Can you imagine 30,000 people that were connected? Just yeah. I did have a last thing, because I'm actually dealing with a little bit in my own server, but be careful about sharing your thoughts and your opinion before you know anything. Like, don't be so quick to jump on a bandwagon and be so quick to pass a judgment before knowing what's going on. I say that because even in my own community, I had a person right away start demonizing the women. It's like, have your own thoughts about accountability, your own opinions, and that's fine. But if it's uninformed, it's a crappy opinion. Take a second to learn what's actually going on, and then if you feel like you need to partake in the conversation, do it in the proper channels. It's just shameful. My own community, I would prefer to refrain from talking very deep on the subject, because it's just not the scope. It's not the type of conversations I want to foster and facilitate in my own community. There are other places out there, but I do suggest you learn before speaking on the matter. Yeah, that's what I have to say. So if you watch this video, thank you for taking the time to do so. For those in my community, hold me accountable, hold each other accountable. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to just let loose and have fun. We shouldn't have to deal with stuff like this, but it's the real world, and stuff like this does happen, unfortunately. Talk about it. Stand up for yourself. Say something. The other person should respond appropriately, and if they don't, then it's time to get people involved and basically explain to that person, hey, this isn't okay. Got to change this behavior. Yeah, thank you.